Donald Trump is closing in on his first year in office, and despite what his distractors say, he's already done a lot to accomplish his promise of making America great again. This has come without excuse or apology for the decisions he makes, as he forges ahead to fulfill what he said he would before he was elected as our perfectly unapologetic president. This tenacity cannot be undermined, as the hark from the left can be loud and daunting. However, it doesn't deter him from his lofty goals that he's been checking off at a record rate. So much so, in fact, that before the end of his first year he's left such an impression that he received the honor of his namesake being where Barack Hussein Obama expected his to be. After Trump made the bold and very necessary move of transferring the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, America has been on edge, bracing ourselves for retaliation. While we're protected against such potential attacks, which our president knows, it hasn't stopped disgruntled Muslims from trying. However, there's a bigger picture at play here, and that's what Trump just did for our country and our ally. Despite what much of Islam in America thinks and their supporters, those experiencing the real and painful daily suffering are singing Trump's praises, as everyone here in America should be. In respect of that, our president was just given a great honor that Barack Hussein Obama probably assumed should have been his, but lost it to a real American hero. This comes within the same few hours of Obama taking a coveted title that should have been his successors. It appears that Israel could soon be the first to get an actual Trump train. Fox News reports, Israel could end up naming a future train station at the Western Wall after President Trump, in honor of his brave decision to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Israel's Transportation Minister Yisrael Katz plans to extend Jerusalem's soon-to-open high-speed rail to the Western Wall. The plan involves constructing 2 underground stations and excavating over 2 miles of tunnel beneath Jerusalem and under the politically and historically sensitive Old City. The Western Wall is the holiest place for the Jewish people, and I decided to call the train station that leads to it after President Trump, following his historic and brave decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of the State of Israel, Katz told me. Jerusalem Post on Wednesday. Transportation Ministry spokesman Avner Ovadia said the project is estimated to cost more than $700 million and, if approved, would take 4 years to complete. Katz's office said in a statement that the minister advanced the plan in a recent meeting with Israel Railways executives, and has fast-tracked it in the planning committees. Trump's announcement has enraged the Palestinians and much of the Muslim world. The United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution last week rejecting the U.S.'s recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, with several traditional American allies voting in favor of the motion. The Western Wall train proposal will likely face opposition from the international community, which doesn't recognize Israeli sovereignty over East Jerusalem and the Old City, which Israel captured in the 1967 Six-Day War. The Palestinians seek East Jerusalem and the Old City, home to Muslim, Christian and Jewish holy sites, as capital of a future state. The ironic thing is that this immortal honor comes in the wake of Obama's superficial recognition of being most admired man in the U.S. for the 10th year in a row, according to Gallup. Yes, you read that right, a full decade of ignorant people saying he's the best of all males in the entire U.S. that should paint a picture of the state of the nation. According to The Hill, Obama came in first this year with 17% of the vote. President Trump followed close behind, with 14%. After Trump was Pope Francis, 3%, and the Rev. Billy Graham, 2%. With several other political, spiritual and business leaders being named, including Sen. John McCain, Arizona, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, Tesla CEO Elon Musk and the Dalai Lama. Musk and Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos appeared on the list for the first time. Hillary Clinton was named the most admired woman for the 16th year in a row, with 9% of mentions. The former Secretary of State and presidential candidate has been named most admired more than any other man or woman in polling history, according to Gallup, who notes in a release that her polling numbers this year were the lowest in the past 15 years, making it unlikely for her to hold the top title for much longer. She managed to win this year because she remains arguably more prominent than other contenders, Gallup said. However, retaining that stature may be more challenging in coming years, with her political career likely over. Also on the list were former First Lady Michelle Obama, with 7%, followed by Oprah Winfrey, with 4%. First Lady Melania Trump, Queen Elizabeth II, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Beyoncé Knowles and U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley all made the list of admired women. A quarter of respondents could not name a man or woman they admired most, according to Gallup. And about a tenth named a relative or friend. Trump is one of few incumbent presidents who have not been named the most admired among all Americans. Last year, Obama topped the list with 22%, while Trump garnered 15%. The 2017 results fell along party lines, with 35% of Republicans naming Trump as their most admired, and only 1% naming Obama. Among Democrats, 39% named Obama, and 3% picked Trump. Independents picked Obama over Trump for their most admired by a 3-point margin. The survey was conducted 4-11 among 1,049 adults and has a margin of sampling error of 4 percentage points. Jerusalem knows a thing or two about facing adversity head-on, just like President Trump. It's time to take a page out of their rule book rather than repeating a chapter.